Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos like this. Let's get to it. And our first one comes from Neat Drawer 50. Am I the beehole for not wanting to visit my wife's grandparents after they gave my brother-in-law a $50,000 truck? My brother-in-law is a 28-year-old male with no job who lives in my in-laws' basements. He is obese and survives off of welfare checks from the Canadian government. He is also capable of working but chooses not to. My wife, on the other hand, a 26-year-old female, moved out at 18, self-funded a degree, works in a good field, $80K annually, got married, and has never sought a handout from her parents or her grandparents, even though they both have the means. We spent our vacation time the last 2 years visiting her grandparents, who live across the country. Recently, her grandparents, age 85, moved out of their house and into a retirement living and no longer had the space for both of their vehicles. Her grandpa decided to gift my brother-in-law a truck with a fair value of $50,000. His justification was to help him build confidence and give him something to care for. My wife was given nothing, and they did not do anything to even give out a gift. We have a trip planned to visit them in a few months, but I have no interest in going to see them. I am mad at myself for letting money ruin my perception of them, but I do not appreciate how my wife is treated. I feel they take her for granted. We also go out of our way to visit them. All of our trips are self-funded. We have never asked for anything from them, while lots of her cousins have been bailed out financially. I just have an icky feeling about the whole thing. My wife got upset when I told her I wanted to do something else with our vacation time. She got really upset, and it led to an argument. She took the stance that we have to enjoy our time with them while we have it. My wife and I are currently saving for our first house, paying off student loans, and saving for our first child. We still drive my very first car I bought 10 years ago. The situation stings, as we could have used the help, while her brother gets a free ride and gets nothing but help all the time. Yeah, that sucks, OP. I feel you. I keep cars for years, and they're not brand new cars, but I don't want a brand new car. I don't want to make payments. I'm good. But back to the story. Am I the beehole for not wanting to see my wife's grandparents because of this? Edit 1. My wife is extremely upset about her brother being given it, as well, but is choosing to keep it to herself. She's cried multiple times, and my sentiment of her family not appreciating her or taking her for granted comes from her speaking those feelings. Edit 2. My brother-in-law lives with my wife's parents, not her grandparents. He never sees the grandparents. By not seeing them, I mean postpone the trip to a later date. We just saw them last week while they were here, and now the trip there is in less than 2 months. My intention is to let the situation cool down a bit more before going to see them. Edit 4. This is the second vehicle that has been given to him. The last one was given to him by his parents. My wife did not get one from her parents. No, OP, no, you're not in the wrong. You see your wife in pain and crying and all that. Yeah, I'd be pissed at them too. And I believe you're doing the right thing where you just give that some time to cool off. And why do you have to use your vacation time to visit them all the time? Go have a vacation, man. It sounds like you guys need it. That sucks for your wife being treated like that by the family, while this, obese nothing goober living in the basement gets all this a nice vehicle thrown at him too, and he has 2 cars and he's done nothing. So I can absolutely see where you're coming from, how they treat your wife. OP, I'm definitely gonna say you're not the beehole in this situation. I say keep doing what you're doing. Give that some time to cool off, because it's not right. They could have given you guys the car. You guys are, doing it more. That dude is never gonna move unless he's forced to make it, a move. But having all this stuff handed to him it's gonna make it so he doesn't appreciate the vehicle and, treat it like crap and let it go to shite and never get off his arse and make something of himself. He's just gonna eventually just waste away in that basement because they keep enabling him. No, OP, you're not in the wrong. I don't know how you can get through to your wife. I get it, family and all that, but you guys just saw them. It's not like you're saying, "Oh, we'll never see them again." You saw them. Give that a break. You know what I mean? Plus, you have some. You're not happy with them right now. I say you and your wife go somewhere nice and enjoy each other's company. And let all that stuff cool off. And then when you have a cooler head, come back to the situation. But OP, no, you're not the beehole. And our next one comes from Lucky Rap 85999. Am I the beehole for standing by my sister and telling our parents they need to mind their own business and leave her be? My sister lost her husband very young, 22, and became a young widow and a widowed single mom. For the last 16 years, she has not dated or found another romantic relationship, and she doesn't want one. She has told me this herself. We talked about it, how yes, she felt lonely from time to time, and she spends more time with the family and friends when that happens, but she's never found someone who made her feel interested. And she doesn't believe another relationship is in the cards for her ever. She loves her husband, she misses him, and when she thinks about romance, it's with him. It's not just having a partner in general she wants, but she wants him. She's had grief therapy. She's been a part of a young widows and widowers group. She's not wallowing and miserable. There are moments of sadness or wishing her life were different, but she's generally happy, and she doesn't want to find someone else. To her, it's unimaginable that she'd ever feel that way about another person. She has admitted to being set up and meeting people who are technically her type, but she was never interested, never felt a spark or anything. Our parents could not accept her remaining single, and they've talked about how she denied her daughter the chance to have another dad. They talked about how she denied her the chance to see a happy relationship, and to experience living with a married couple. My sister has told him she's happy with her life and doesn't want to change it. I told my parents to leave my sister alone. She is not wrong to do what she wants and feels the best for her, that they need to mind their own business because she's a grown-arse woman and can choose to do what she wants with her own life. She told me she clearly doesn't know what is or isn't healthy. My sister chimed in that she's worked on it in therapy, and she was told there is no rule that she has to fall in love again. She said she just doesn't want to, and that everyone should be able to respect that. I agreed. OP, I too agree. And backed her up, saying to our parents that it's my sister's life and they'll push her away if they don't stop. Very, very, very true. They told me I shouldn't be condoning this lifetime of widowhood, and my sister said even if she did find someone else, she would still be Jake's widow, that she will always be his widow no matter what because she lost him, and they were married and they loved each other very much. My parents told me 6 times after this, talk, which is more of a fight. Honestly, that I was wrong to go back to my sister, claiming it's not their business. Am I the beehole? Hi, OP. No, you're not the beehole. You're 100% right. They gotta leave that woman alone, man. Let her grieve the way she wants, and if she finds someone, great. If she doesn't find anyone, that's great too. It's different for different people, and I can absolutely see where she's coming from. While I'm not married, my parents have been married for, I don't know, ever. I don't even know what year we're on. I gotta go call them and ask them, but they've been forever. And I've heard my mom said if she lost my father, that's it. She's not looking for another man because she loves my father, and vice versa. And I get that, you know what I mean? Your sister married her husband, and she's like, that's it. I've met the person I'm gonna be with. I'm gonna grow old with them. And then they were tragically taken away from her. I wouldn't want anyone else. Maybe years later if I find someone, but I wouldn't be actively looking either. I just want to be alone for a while, you know what I mean? So good on you, OP, for backing up your sister and keeping her safe. Her parents need to back off, man, and just let her live the way she wants to live. We all handled, unaliving, well, you know what I mean, not ceasing to be, and in our own way. We all grieve differently. I like to joke, sometimes bites me in the butt, but that's how I get over grief, you know what I mean? And some other people just want to be, alone and let them lick their wounds in peace. So no, OP, no, you're not the beehole. Our last one comes from Low Construction 42-3. Am I the beehole for telling my husband that his purchase was ill-advised and that he has to live with it? I love my Tesla. I've had it for almost 2 years, and it runs great. I have saved on fuel, and I like the tech. My husband just got his Cybertruck. It is hot garbage, but he really wanted it and could afford it. I said, damn, you guys have money. I said we should wait for the second model. True, but anything like that, you wait. So that they could get all the kinks out of the design. He insisted on being one of the first. Oh man, he's got FOMO. He loved it when he first got it. Lots of attention, answering questions for everyone, wherever he went in it. People taking pictures, I get it. It was supposed to be the future. I'm laughing because I know, me personally, I know the pitfalls of the Cybertruck, the truck. So I won't go too deep into it, but cars, when you get a car, you can just wash a car because it has the stuff over the paint to keep it safe. Cybertruck doesn't. It's just like metal, so it starts to rust if you wash it normally. If you want like a special coating to protect it, it's like another $3,000 on top of this expensive, overpriced monstrosity. It is a terrible vehicle. Like if you want a Cybertruck, don't get it. Nothing wrong. I don't know about the Teslas personally. If I just want an electric car. I don't care what the model is. I just want it so I can save on gas. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be a Tesla. But the Cybertruck is a whole pile of mess. But back to the story. Now he hates it. He's constantly asked to use my Palette. Is that how you said Palette? I guess that's a type of Tesla, which means I would have to use his stainless Aztec. I do not let him unless I know I will not need to go anywhere. I'm not here to argue about that vehicle. I'll argue for you, it's garbage. Some people love it, some hate it. I know that, but it's neither here nor there. My husband is just upset with me because I'm making him live with his decision that I said was not well thought out to begin with. Am I the beehole? No, OP. I don't know how early you guys bought it, but now you could just go on YouTube and see all the problems and kinks that they need to work out with that thing. Personally, I wouldn't even bother with it. It's too much upkeep, too much. It's expensive to buy, and you got to invest more money to keep it, looking good and running. And that's not his car. You have your car that runs just fine. If he had just listened to you, he would have been able to see all the problems and probably would have been able to get himself a nice car that, works and that you can wash and you don't have to switch into car wash mode and you don't have to worry about it, not having a crumple zone, all that fun stuff. So no, OP, no, you're not the beehole. Your car is your car and his car is his car. You told him to wait and let them figure out, the kinks and problems, and he did not, and now he has to live with it. People were saying in the comments that he should just sell it, and I kind of agree, but I think there's a thing where Tesla can sue you if you sell it in a certain time or some crap like that. It's crazy the world we live in, huh? Where you can, flat out just buy a vehicle that's your vehicle, but you can't sell it because of some nonsense, because scalpers, I doubt scalpers are going to go buy a bunch of Cybertrucks and, scalp them. Who cares? Oh my god, it's weird, it's gross. It's gross the world we're living in, but OP, no, you're not the beehole. Thank you for making it to the end of the video with me, and can you please do what I said in the beginning, and like, comment, and subscribe. It really and truly does help the channel out, it helps it grow, and it helps you get more videos like this. Velvet out.